Maybe I'll get back to you. Nobody will screw up. Stop me, nobody. Never big glorious. And this was just a little glorious. No, that's it. What's up, losers? I found updates in case, so I thought I could come back. And I'm annoying, so I'm allowed to do what I want. What is it? Oh, well, you're one more person. Could be Cole, could be Diana, could be Mustang, could be Troll Farm. God knows anymore. But they're fucking offended though, man. How are they gonna come here and do a fucking documentary about this case and not even fucking reach out to me at all? I'm offended. But I don't know if the details are correct because it isn't part of an open investigation. So even I can't. I guess I could call down there and ask him. I could probably do that. I'm not another new guy though. I think the old guy's on the cold case squad or whatever because he's retired now. Well, I can easily decide about this sometime in the day or something tomorrow. It's just it runs it off me. Hey, look, people, I found a way to change my thingy. I'm smart. Boom, 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 boom. I'm all by myself. Somebody tells me I'm not all by myself. You're just doing incognito anyways. So don't make difference. But yeah, me too. Well, I mean, I told everybody I was coming back, didn't I? Well, I told Diana, she wasn't here, so. Maybe I can try to make a video for some of this shit. Nothing about making videos. It says 0, so everyone's watching, but this is um, the live's called Conahan because this guy killed my cousin and like 31 other victims in the state of Florida where I live. There's been a bunch of updates in the case as of recently, so I thought I'd come back real quick and tell everybody about them. But I thought everybody was gone before, and now everybody is gone, so I'll probably just go ahead and in this live and try to make it something else like tomorrow or something. Yep, Hog Quill. Mr. Daniel Owen Conahan Jr. I swear to God, man, if my son had my namesake, ran around killing 32 fucking people, I'd have made that little bitch from the fucking world. But I think his parents were getting really dead at the time, anyways. Oh, this headset really makes my ears fucking sweaty. I'm gonna plug the fucking iPod ears. This is stupid. Man, we don't even have any stalkers anymore, honestly. We could just sit here and chat and do whatever else, but it's not been that late. We're down here, so I guess we just hang up. But the room up enough to join. It's boring. Boring. Fuck Carol. Yeah, I'm still wearing the damn headset or whatever. It makes my ears fucking sweaty as shit. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. But at least, does it sound better than I normally do when I'm just yelling at the laptop? Yeah, there's only one more thing annoying. Sitting in an empty live, it's like waiting for somebody to type very, very slowly. Like, honestly, if it's just us, we don't might as well fucking not even worry about fucking talking about the Chiefs at all. But no, dude, that shit ain't cool, man. I noticed like the last few times he did a live, that he did that. So I'm not saying it out loud, but you know what I'm saying, so you don't have to worry about it. And I'm not going to unveil what I'm trying to say beyond that. Oh, I was, yeah, me and her have that love hate kind of thing going on, so I make jokes, that's all. So I said, fuck Carol. You could say that outraged. Outraged? What the hell are you trying to say over here, dude? But you could say that outlawed, outraged. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. But no, I was just joking around because I thought maybe she'd pop out of nowhere if I just said fuck her, fuck Carol, And then she pops back in and goes, no, fuck you. And I'd be like, yay, somebody else is here. But I don't know, dude. I mean, that's, in my personal opinion, that's the only way to. And I don't think that even saves him. That just literally, like, because he's getting all that. I don't know. And that just means that they both didn't come on to our fucking channels because, plain and simply, either we're not popular enough or, like, they didn't want us to have them on there as content, I guess, which is just pretty sad because, Dave had no problem. Adrian's Mon and Blind Paradox, Dan, the Rejects, anybody and everybody is damn near. I mean, I don't know about all life. She probably wants to rip my head off and have it on a platter. But everybody else, with all their people and stuff and stuff and all that stuff, had no issue so far of wanting to come onto the thing. But the two. And the two haven't done shit. And that makes me really aggravated because it's like those two, I feel, are the ones that should be trying as hard as, I'm going through all this crap having to be nice and kiss people like wise and whatnot. Then fuckers could just do that and save me the trouble. But no, I'm over here having to kiss ass and all this other stuff. They can't be bothered, but they had no problem asking me for intel and shit. You notice that too? It's just not cool, man. It's not cool at all. And she's her own person. You're your own person. Y'all do whatever and me whatever. But in personal, no, he doesn't even ask me for some sort of information because I might just slap the shit out of him fun at this point. I mean, not a real person, like an internet kind of thing, of course. Because yeah. It's people like Heather and all them that he even got as far. Yeah, people like my friends in the troll farm and people like Heather and Dino and all them other ones. But all these specific people would not pop snuff. Why is it the second I said it? It's probably fucking Carol. How much you want to make it better? Fucking Carol. Fuck Carol. They had to come out. Right? I was about to say something. Later, I had like. But yeah, yeah, I'm literally starting to get to the feeling that I just need to destroy every fucking group in this entire fucking community. Everyone. Burn them to the ground, sift through the ashes, make some mortar out of it, build it all over again from scratch. Oh, they ran away. I told you. Or Diana ran away. This is like my ninth live in a fucking row. 9 days or something. Either that. Ow. I've been good ball. What link? Oh, I'm not sure. If it happens, it don't. I'm gonna smoke a joint and either talk to you about fucking stuff involving the fucking streamathon or people show up or talk about conahan. That makes a difference. If you make some little documentary thing, whatever tomorrow on the whole damn thing, if I can figure out how to make a video, do it that way. It does not make a difference, mate. But look, I don't have a no avatar thing anymore. Yay! I figured that out. Yay! But it's like 5:30 in the morning. I don't expect anybody to. I went to go to a live on at Amy's channel on KSX Case or whatever, and first there was like, people threatening me and stuff, which I thought was hilarious because there's nothing I like better than be threatened the second I walk onto a new live. Like the monster right at me, and they're like, "Oh, hey, no, you better be good," and I'm just like, "My reputation precedes me, apparently." And yes, basically, they're all like, "Yeah, no, we know who you are." And I'm like, "What did I do?" And they're like, "Well, I have a tendency to go up sometimes." I'm like, "Hey, I've been really fucking good lately." And people around me, a lot of them run here because you see them saying hi to me and shit. And then Diana and all the other motherfuckers, they said, "It's okay, go watch Case X Case." And then I get here and y'all talking about taking me out. I ain't even had time to cause a problem yet. Like, give me a minute, bro. Come on. What? Case by case. That's what it said. I call her Amy. Is that not okay? Everybody in the chat was. But it's case by case, I know. She never showed up. I think everybody thought like her daughter was going to go into labor or something like that. And that's why she wasn't there. I don't honestly know. But I have not seen any link pop up. Oh, my K6 case? Then don't see it's not pronounced case by case. No, that's just case by case. No, I'm not sure. Like I said, the live itself hasn't been rescheduled or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on with that. I mean, I hope everybody's okay. Now we have 3 people. Yes, but I'm Charles. I do whatever I want. And now I see that it annoys you. I think I'm always going to call it case X case. Or no, case times case. Ooh, even better. That's going to be really fucking annoying. OCD motherfucker. No, case by case. It would be CASE space BY space CASE. Thus, case by case. Now I know for instance, I know you can change your name, and it would have no problem to just say case by case, even if somebody else had a case by case type of name, it would still let you do it. So the fact that she just likes the X means that she would rather have the X. Thus, I see it is case X. Case X. Yeah, case X. Oh, that sounded weird once again. Yeah, okay. So like we got one stalker and one Diana. Oh no, just a Diana now. The stalker left, or just a stalker and Diana left. One of the. I don't even know who the person is, but I think maybe pointing me in that direction. She was like, "Oh, she's about to go to live," and I'm like, "Well, everybody keeps talking about this lady, so I'll go check it out." I don't get how people think I'm like think I know more or whatever. It's not that whatsoever. I'm there to like solve a case and then go to the next case. So if I'm bringing up stuff that has no evidentiary value to the case, that's like wasting time. And I'm no better, more well than everybody. That if you literally get hyper focused and look at the fucking case repeatedly over and over and over again in the same situation, you will find shit that nobody knows. I've done it. I'm just 3 cases lately. And the majority of the people, like 99% of the other people in these damn communities, none of them caught on to the same shit until I left this area. Like I left Idaho after telling everybody, "Hey, here's the evidence." All right, I'm bored. Have a good day. The second I leave, they all start taking credit for my work. So I'd sneak over once in a while and be like, "Who found that?" And they're like, "Oh, Charles, I just, yeah, I think your name hidden." I'm like, "Nah, I don't give a fuck. You can name me whatever the hell you want, but don't sit there and take my fucking work, Osbrook." I really don't even mind Osbrook. I just like to fuck with him. It's fun. Whenever I see his name pop up in a live, I type in chat like I'm Elmer Fudd, and I'm like, "I'm hunting rabbits," or but I do vice versa. Instead, I pretend to be Bugs Bunny, and I'm like, "Ah, Elmer Fudd and shit." Or I call him Gummy and Toothless Aggression. That's my best favorite nickname for Osbrook. Toothless Aggression. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, oh man. Well, I still don't know. Just one stalker and one banana. Well, whatever it is, we're gonna have to multi. I figure those damn planes are gonna get as many people as possible into these channels and shit. So why not debut them at the same time as we're trying to raise money for fucking heaven? As I said, if we can make sure that everybody knows that the fucking light is coming and stuff, you'd be amazed. I'm guessing the whole fucking community, as much as possible, is going to probably be there. I don't know. They might lurk and hide and do the shit they're doing now, but I do believe that everybody's kind of interested in what the fuck. Now, let me ask you something, okay? Who all, besides me, or at least how many? I think you give me that number, I'll understand exactly who the person is that. I was at CBS one, and these Spanish people were just like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it because they were straight and English, but the cats. It's pretty because they were like, how much for these kittens? I'm like, they're not fucking my cats. That's what you asked me. If you want cats, just fucking take the cats. Like, really? Yeah. No, if you were petting them, like, yeah, I can accept a cat. And I know it's going to come over here, so yeah, I mean, make a mine. So I'm going to have to go mute for a couple minutes. If anybody shows up, just say something. I'm hearing some sounds outside. Maybe they need to invest in it. Be right back. Alcohol is not by you. No, no, no different. It's nice. Okay, it's back now. Cool. Whatever. It's like a trash company or whatever. It's like one of those street trucks or whatever that makes the beeping sounds when they back up and shit. And it's like something fucked up. They fucked up and they were driving or something, but they're trying to fix it. So I'm gonna keep it on mute because it's might get really loud here real quick. And I will be right back. All right, anybody still here or what? Oh, Diane, you still here? Yeah, I feel like a researcher is just so fucking still doing more. Some this fucking video bullshit. And probably never appear on fucking camera again with this fucking video. Because I'm apparently so old looking. Mm, that's just fucking respect, man. Seriously. Noe was trying to say earlier that he looks younger than me. I was like, bro, I can look at old as death and I'll still look younger than your ass, bro. And no, yeah, you ain't pulling no fucking 40s off to anybody, bro. Even if you are in your 40s, shit. Come up here, come again. Yep. Here's gonna be different color. Let me just move stuff too. Just to be a fucking smart ass. What's wrong with looking older than what you really are? I honestly don't think I do, but whatever. I think they get skin reports where I don't want skin to fucking be yet because I don't have a choice in that. So. Remember, usually fucking have a fat face and everything else. I no longer have a fat face. Oh, I look old. Yay. Well, you know what they say. I'm too skinny, I could get big again. But knowing uglies to the bone. I don't get why these fucking people at all times of the night they keep fucking watching. It's gotta be Mustang, you think? It has to be. I can't even trust the zero anymore because I've seen people when it says zero and there's like four people in there talking. It's like, wait, what? Huh? I don't know. I gotta sort of figure out how many fucking videos or whatever. What was I talking about? Oh, Noe in Pop's chat earlier. I said I was born in '81. And, he's like, I'm older than you? Noe, of all people. I was like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure nobody's. Yeah. He says, no, bro, I look younger than you. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm glad you seem to think you do, but you don't. There's a lot of bullshit I've heard all over the place, man, but ain't nobody can tell you you're 50 plus looking at your motherfucking ass damn near. Yeah, what? It's like, I don't know, maybe I'll just bust cut the whole fucking hair thing off. At least then it'll be a dark color again. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. And it's just like, yeah, I'm going through hell. I'm trying to do the things to get better and all this other crap. You know, people just want to call me old. It's like, okay, the bitches like to call me daddy. I don't see the problem with that. I should have been like, yeah, I said I should have told him, but like, bro, my face looked better when I was fat. So if I wanted that back, I could just gain a bunch of weight again at some point. Right? But you know what? Ugly's to the bone. I've seen your ex-wife, motherfucker. Don't want to talk shit to me. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole and somebody else pushing. That's why I keep telling people, it's like, just let me be a nice, calm, rational person. I can insult people worse than most people can, joking around. And it's like, you want me to get serious with that? Don't, come on. I need to make an account called the Unhinged because that's apparently another one of my characteristics. Oh wait, oh yeah, dude, it should be awesome. I'm gonna bring back one of my old characters that nobody on here has ever met before. Obviously, it's still me, kind of, because that's the best part about this character is it's interchangeable with literally damn near everybody. It's gonna drive the fucking everybody fucking nuts. It'll be great. Just watch. It's like an old AOL fucking character. That's who I'm gonna bring back. And it seems odd because at first you're gonna see it under one name, but that's seeing it under that name isn't really gonna do much to help anybody because it's only really becoming an annoying thing when it starts changing forms into something else. It's like a badass method of trolling or whatever. I can't say that loud because I know there's somebody else watching. I know it says back to one and all that, but I don't buy that bullshit one bit. See, it's a evolving character that really anybody can kind of play that character. It's really fucking annoying. Unless you're a troll. If you're a troll, you find it hilarious. I mean, yeah, it always depends on your humor. Because once you run into this thing, it's just like, yeah, it's either fucking annoying as hell and it upsets you, or it's the coolest thing ever. But yeah, it's gonna be fucking. Yeah, I miss that guy. That guy's fun. And yeah, in this instance, it would take like multiple accounts. Like you want the one account with the actual character name on it. So then when you appear out of nowhere or you're getting ready to leave and you appear out of nowhere, uh, how do I put it? It's kind of like making it look like magic, but in reality, it's just a bunch of different accounts or something. Let's see, oh, now there's zero. See, Diana? They don't even think you're a person anymore. Sorry. But no, back on American Online, right? Back in the day, like we was like little youngins, like teens and shit, right? Um, well, American Online, you could create your own screen names, and then you go in there with the screen name and talk and chats and all kinds of other stuff with other people, either in your area or God knows where, right? It was fun. It was a good time. Everybody on there was a fucking dick. They like to run their fucking mouths and all kinds of stuff, right? And well, this is where the fun came in or whatever. I created a character. I don't even say a character. I created an account, and I gave the account a name. But and the dude's mom that was letting us make accounts and shit on her AOL account, Sean or whatever. Um, she only had like 3 people using it, so I'd have one, and then there would be like 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. You know, you had to always have to pay for it and shit, right? And I started noticing how if I wanted to replace an I, like if the letter I want is capital I could use a lowercase l, and hypothetically speaking, in the name of the account, you know, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a lowercase l and a capitalized I. You know what I'm saying? Because it's basically a line either way, kind of. At least when you're typing like that on American Online, it was. So, oh man, people are gonna keep coming in. I'm telling you the story, bitches. Fuck off. God. Well, there's all these different things that you can do with the alphabet and stuff on there to make a different one letter look like another letter. So if you're really, really good at it, if you figure out all the phases and all that, you can create a thing that's just like somebody else. You get what I'm saying? Like a whole different, you'd be matching them basically. Then at that point, you literally copy and paste their font, the way they talk, the way they do this, the way they everything, everything. And you got to wear a hat, everything that you're supposed to do regularly, you fucking do that anyways. And yeah, it used to drive half the people fucking mad, and the other half the people would think that it's hilarious. Basically, okay, let's say your account on American Online, but it's like swim fan. Let's just use an example. But there was a capital I and swim and something like that and something like that. Well, I would go on to the accounts and shit right before he would go to the beach and stuff like that. And I would change all the results and shit on the computer. Literally have a bunch of gay guys and stuff going after him, which was hilarious. And what's it? Shit. I don't remember what it was, but yes, we passed off and everything. Like, I'm only going to keep smiling just so off up in the channel. I'm not trying to be rich from that. They're supposed to perform my birthday party. What the fuck? Oh, it's raining. But yeah, as I was saying, okay, still one person, doesn't matter, but let's say your name is Swim Fan, and for whatever reason, part of it goes like part of it's capitalized, so we have to capitalize the I. Yeah, we'll do the I. But nobody else does anything with that elephant or whatever for whatever reason. So it's like it's cocked, you know. And last time I was at the theater or whatever, she said something didn't get you there. Trying to, yeah, basically, um, I was able to run around duplicating everybody else's fucking accounts. Then I would steal the color that they typed in. I would steal the font that they typed in, whether it be bold, italics, everything about them. So like if you're looking at it, it's kind of like you're. Yeah, I guess a bunch of people thought I was out of business, and I was definitely back in business, but I don't even remember that piece of shit there. That much. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it worked for StreamYard or whatever. Man, why am I still in fucking Delphi? This is the wrong place. It's probably because y'all can't fight, so we have to be everything. I said, I don't know why I didn't even use you, but you were cook or whatever it is that you I cheated around like What's everything I be screwing up? So, Blondie, when are you going to sing for us? But yeah, that's what I do. What do you mean? What do I want to lose followers? I don't think you heard whatever the hell I was trying to say. You derp. I'm quite certain, yeah. You didn't hear whatever I said. So maybe I was being too quiet or something, but oh, hey, if I can do it, then you can do it. If everybody can sing. Like right now, there's only like 2 people here. And honestly, it might traumatize them so badly that they never stalk us again. Think of how I feel, okay? I'm supposed to get a 30-second file of this song, send it to John so he can make me some sort of weird loop that plays for 3 minutes or so. So then I could proceed to go up there. Probably have to use my own guitar as well, since it's a damn song that takes 2 fucking guitars to do it. Hopefully he finds a way to do it with one or his program. I have no idea. And then also it's the same fucking night that we're premiering all the fucking screenshots and receipts and stuff. So yeah, it's the whole world gonna be watching me ready to fucking laugh at me. I could, what do you say? I cannot sing for shit. That's because you don't know how or you don't try. One of the two. Most people hear me sing on the radio or whatever, and they compare it to me talking, and then most of the people just don't even think it's me anytime I ever play it. It's just like, do you think that maybe, just maybe, the way I sing sounds different than the way I talk? No, they're stupid. Because when I did the band thing with that band or whatever that I played before, yeah, that's all at a higher pitch, but not all of it because it's like when you hear like 4 or 5 different people yelling and singing, those are all just me singing in different pitches and different tones and layered on top of each other. It's actually pretty easy to do. Like if you take your voice at one point, like record it yourself going, "I won't take the end of the world," and then record another version of your voice going, "I won't take the end of the world," and then do that over and over again with all these different things. And then at another point, go, "I won't take it," and then you just lay them on top of each other in a program. Like, and what the time used to be a little bit off, just a little bit. And that's what I'm gonna have to do for this song. I don't think I can actually do it live. That's damn near impossible. Did you see we got another partial strike or some bullshit yesterday? Where they're using, I guess, the dark mind stuff. A person singing doesn't come from the person that's talking. It's like, why do we have 4 people in it? You don't get a life, seriously. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta find a key and try to just hold on to your tone, like, and then go from there. And then you learn the different keys, and then you just learn a few fucking tricks or whatever, and then you slam them all together, and bada bing, bada bang, Some bullshit. Carol, fuck off. God. We've been here for like an hour, and now you're just getting back? Seriously. Worst one ever. Or are you talking about all the creepy people watching me? Hey, check this out. I saw Peggy went live or whatever the other day, right? Not yesterday, but she didn't go live yesterday, but it probably was the one before that. And I wanted to leave a fucking comment for her. uh, so she can remember how much of an awesome person I am. And I typed in, I'm finding it really difficult to masturbate to this. And I just left that and left. That's like literally how we all used to talk to each other and shit like this. So I don't think she'll be that offended. It's just gonna be like, it's fucking Charles. But everybody else is gonna be offended to her for her. This is what I think for the life of me. Like, when did troll farms start respecting people with different opinions than their own? Like, no, no. Well, I mean, they started talking to crankers. Maybe they growing up. I don't know. It's just like makes me keep watching the whole Piggy situation or whatever, expecting somebody to jump her or some shit like that. There's too many sounds out here today. Would y'all be mad at me if I got involved in another war so soon? See, um, I don't like people attacking my enemies because those are my enemies to attack. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody attacks one of my enemies, I feel like I should also protect them. I don't know. There's nobody fun to attack anymore. It's just, I mean, I don't mean actually attack or anything like that. But literally, this means, yeah, it's just the drama's gotten boring or whatever. I mean, I know the only one out there that wants my attention is fucking Gibbo, and he's just, I don't know, I need higher standards, you know, and he's just not pretty enough, I guess. Uh, uh, but yeah, I figured it was a nice way to say hi to my old pals. I don't even know if I can actually see them. I'm probably banned on that channel anyways. So yeah, this magical character I'm creating that I already made a long time ago. Yeah, see, unlike my usual like accounts and stuff, it's not gonna have your normal like name and all this other BS. So they'll start just randomly banning fucking new accounts that come in there left and right, just to make sure that they're getting it me somewhere, and they won't realize I have accounts that are really old and stuff. Then I'll probably use instead. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun because I get to basically pretend to be the person I am portraying, and I use the same speech, the same way people talk, and all this other crap and shit. And yeah, you'll see. It's gonna be fun. He called you Renee. Who called you Renee? Who's Gabby? Oh, fuck. You know who Renee is, don't you? I mean, it's not you, obviously, because you're Diana, which means you're fucking retarded, but you know, I'm pretty sure I know who that name is, and I don't talk to people, but I was hoping you checked your emails and you would alone would give you an idea of who basically is. I gave you a hint when I said, maybe if you check your emails, but no, don't really check emails, just use the word email. Think about it. Oh, that's how you do it. What person will be bringing up most of the time in regards to emails? Don't say it in the chat. That would be doxing the person. But that person's that person. So if he's calling you that, that means he's calling you that person. Huh? Who the fuck are you talking about, dude? I don't know Anthony. I mean, I know Rita. That's all I know. I know Klein. That's it too. But if there's a name, that the first name is that word that you're there. Animal sports car. Like, be horrible at board games and shit. Oh god, you mean fucking is the freaking French, I guess. I don't know, there's a lot of old guys that need a little bit more material. Don't you talk off there. Yo, I don't think it's very funny at all. You be talking shit about me. It was a quote. They said, I ain't miserable. Like, so you're basically saying he said Diana, or you're holding, I don't know, and some other fucking couples there, and you said Renee. See, this is why y'all should find better shit to watch. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Because we know who that, like I said, you know who that person is. And you know that's not you. Think of the one that likes to email us a fuck time. That's Renee. Is that how he said it? Did he say it like Renee? Yeah, like I said, animal sports car. How many hints do I have to give? By FYI, Renee is actually a girl's first name. Why are we up to 7? Either because I mentioned Frank and Frank or fuck up. It's not my, I mean, y'all invited that shit to go hang out with you. So that was y'all stupidity. Okay. So they try to pawn her back off on. No, you can keep that psycho. That's all y'all, bro. Just to tell you what, you don't want to see what she actually looks like. And that's definitely not fucking dumb as fuck. See, they just want to be noticed. They're so sad. They're crying and they need attention. Stop. Stop. I'm over here having to plan this mass fuck jumbo jumbo thing. What are you even doing, man? And what the fuck, Carol? Do you ever do anything but talk shit? No. And I got to give a something to John, so he's going to help me do the thing, and then I got to do the rest of the thing. And it's going to be fucking terrible. I'm going to fuck up basically. When you go upstairs to find the baby, what are you talking about? Oh, don't, I don't want to hear that shit. No, it better not be played on the channel. I will ban you. It's just my channel that's on right now, so I don't watch trash. But since I'm watched all the times of the day, I don't mind making these fucking weird lives, processing whether or not I actually want to talk about what the hell I plan to talk about in the first place. I don't know. I might get around to it. But you know who it is now, right? You're so slow. They were the ones that wanted her to come hang out with them. What's my problem? She about 5'8". She talk a lot of shit, curses a lot like a fucking sailor. Yeah, she up in shit right now. My problem's with short people. How about that? You know, I mean, if you're gonna stalk me, can't you like threaten me or something? This is just boring. Just sit in the corner. Oh, I know. That's the name that it shows when those things come in. And it has a name after that too. I'm wondering if I could. Yeah, maybe I should just look up that name on fucking Google or kind of. I think I knew the state. Yeah, I remember what state she lived in. I can't believe Prop was right. Holy shit! He was like, "You sure she didn't get in trouble for the terroristic comments and shit?" Like, I don't fucking know. And then she accepted in the middle of the chat saying the same fucking thing that she had been spent 6 years in prison. 6 years. Did y'all not think that 6 years might drive a little bit people cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs a little bit? Just a little bit. 6. I ain't even spent fucking 6 days total in fucking jail since the moment I've been born, let alone 6 fucking years. My ex-wife, she stabbed me a bunch of times and they almost got her for attempted murder. She only got like 3. So what you gotta do to get 6? Can you just threaten a bunch of people? Oh no, he told me because we were going through the list of people or whatever and whatnot, and we got to that person's name, and he's just like, dude, she's really. I'm like, yeah, didn't I fucking tell y'all? Nobody listens to me. Like, yeah, man. He goes, she, you went down for some like terroristic comments or some all thing. I can basically it was something I know he used the word terroristic or whatever. You know? And then not very long after, she's in the middle of the damn whatever it was, I forget, talking shit. But she's trying to be like all like announcing a speech, right? And she's like tells everybody that she's been in prison for over 6 years and other shit. So it's yeah. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm hoping to take care of our problem when it comes to that, though, because if they just even kick her out once or whatever, they're the new fucking buggers right there. They should be all up on them like white on rice. But it might also be just the troll farm. I don't know. They've been listening a lot lately for whatever reason. There's a lot of people that would. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't even think it would be very polite to say they're just trying to stop. I don't. Sometimes people maybe they're just fucking bored. No, they hate me. That's a pretty safe assumption. But no, he just implied like maybe she had been arrested for terroristic threats, something like that. I think it was, and word damn near for word when she announced it to the whole group what she went to prison for. It I could have swore it sounded a lot like terroristic threats too. But shit, who's gonna fucking threaten to get fucking almost 7 years in prison? Like the president? Whoever it is, man. I feel like we got it far more lucky than they did, I guess. But yeah, no, they acted like I had to act weird or whatever like that. No, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. And she was threatening people behind the scenes and shit. No, 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 no. I'll give her that. She was quick to figure out the weakness. I'll tell you that much. She never aimed at me most of that time until I fucking went off on her. So instead, she'd be threatening everybody else. And God forbid if I do a live or something like that with somebody opposite gender or whatever, because oh boy, she threatened him too. That's why I think it's funny that Bosty's hanging out with her, or was hanging, maybe out in public, because he was one of the ones that got threatened. It's crazy. And Becky was another, and Bo was threatened. More people than that, honestly. Did I call Carol short? But she is short. She's like 5'8". That's short. That means I'm a foot bigger almost damn near. No, I'm like, 8, 10 inches, something like that. The reason, well, since I have stalkers and regular people, I might as well talk. I was bringing this up in the first place is because the live is called Conahan. Basically, it means Daniel Owen Conahan Jr. He is known as the Hog Trail Killer out of Fort Myers in Southwest Florida, and I think he has a possible at the moment 32 because they just might have found another one because it said so on the news, but they're kind of trying to figure out if he's from the mid 90s. If so, then yeah, they'll probably tap that right onto him too. But he's only been convicted for one murder because most of his bodies are never found before they're just bones. And he strangles his victims and then some, apparently. But apparently, this new TV show has come out lately. It's called, I think it's like the U.S. something. Has it thing? I don't know. And then let me whatever to tell you what this show sound it's called. Okay, it's called Unknown Serial Killers of America. And the episode that airing Sundays at 7, I guess 6 Central on Oxygen. Gay investigators form multiple agencies discussing the grisly crimes of Conahan, aka the Owen Conahan Jr., who left the mutilated bodies of still identified men along the state's Gulf Coast. The years after the nurse's conviction, yeah, he was a nurse, by the way. Police would still uncover the killer's dumping sites all fucking over. especially in Lee County. And you're about to find out what. Okay? Okay. He is one of the most prolific serial murderers in the history of the United States, according to retired Special Agent Jim Myers of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. The next thing is called the Fort Myers 8. And you can say what you want, but to this day, I still think I was the one that came up with that fucking name because it sounded so lame and shit. I made a joke about being interviewed by the fucking cops again about these cases. And I was like, man, just call them the Fort Myers 8. We don't need to think about it. And then just stuck with that. But on March 23rd, 2007, a surveyor working in a rural wooded area of Fort Myers in Lee County stumbled upon human skeletal remains. Responders from the Fort Myers Police Department, FMPD, responded to the scene, and it wasn't long before they found the skeletal remains of 8 others. They say it wasn't long. It was damn near the next day when they finally found the last one. According to FMPD cold case investigator Richard Harrison, the victims were white males aged 21 to 40, each one clothed and without any identifying articles, no clothing, no IDs, none of that shit. Due to a lack of trauma to the bones, i.e. stab wounds and bullet holes, the medical examiner deduced the victims were probably strangled to death. Yes, but they were also mutilated with knives. And one of the bodies was fucking dismembered. They appeared to have been left in the forest approximately 10 to 12 years before being found. Well, I know one of those 8 that have been identified, and he went missing in 1996. And they found the bodies in 2007. So that was 11 years right there. And there's many reasons why. Like the reason they connect the Fort Myers 8 Conahan, because Conahan, when he got a car stolen from him, when the victim proceeded to get away and steal his car, victim was named Stanley Burton. Stanley took off in the car, got caught for it, got arrested and charged for it, and he even tried to tell the cops this guy was trying to kill me, yada yada yada, but they didn't do anything about it for a long time. There was another guy that got away. He was like, I don't know, big ass dude, weightlifter or some shit. I've seen the interview with that guy. And he said that Conahan tried to strangle him to death or whatever. And you can see it in the video. And he makes the point. He says he just couldn't strangle me to death. It wouldn't work. His arms weren't strong enough. And this dude's like fucking got like tank neck. Like I'm like, how are you gonna choke that motherfucker? What the hell, dude? So it's obvious. He said that at one point, Conahan just got tired and gave up, and did something else. I think, he kicked him in the nuts or whatever and tried to sexually assault him, but gave up that basically too. The way they determined that what they look like is at the vegetation grows around where the bones were found, which would put that they were murdered sometime in the mid-1990s. Blah, blah, blah. I got a feeling they're going to fuck this whole case up. I won't even have to get past reading this to know that they already did. Agent Meyer said the dumping site reminded him of the Hog Trail murders of the mid-90s. Yes, my name is Charles. I was born in Fort Myers, Florida in 1981. So I was alive during this proximity time in this fucking hellhole. Okay, going back. This goopy looking motherfucker, the picture I'm going to put in the chat here in a minute, is that nasty ass, grody ass motherfucker. Okay? And he's like 6'3" and shit. I think only at the time I was like 6'1", 6'2" probably. But he was definitely bigger, but he was like slim as fuck and creepy as fuck. 1 second. Creepy. And y'all know he's still fucking filing appeals now because he said, yeah, he's in the danger zone. The danger zone. Because in Florida, you really don't have to worry about being executed after being put on death, right? Here's the problem: when you get to 30 years now, then it becomes an issue. Like once you hit the 30-year mark, they start handing you dates and shit. Maybe the governor might save you or somebody else, but nah. Create a picture to show you. That one's good and ugly. Just a little stupid ass. See. All right, if you all want to see him, that's a picture of Daniel Conahan Jr. Daniel Owen Conahan Jr. He was a nurse, we found out later on. And I guess he was like working on and off in the divorce board and shit. Basically, after he was born in South Carolina, I think it was, his parents brought him here to fucking or to Lee County. And you're probably not going to hear any of this in that. That's why I can say this, because I know all these facts are true. His parents had tried to make Daniel fucking did everything possible to make him not gay. And treated the at different times. So they always fucked up, treated him like shit, because of other things because he's gay. And it's job as a nurse, and it seemed to be going well or whatever, but he would just go hang out with the transients and all kinds of other stuff fucking during the nighttime. It was weird because the police told us at trial that they had something evidential-wise or whatever that was fucking pretty bad. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. I'm about to... Y'all actually read? That makes me want to write something. Give him nightmares. Former Lieutenant Mike Brandy of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office worked major crimes in February '94 when a pair of hog hunters came upon a decomposing body in a wooded area in northern Port Charlotte. About 40 miles away from Fort Myers, Detective John Joseph Schmidt responded to the scene where nearby trails had been foraged by the wild hogs that inhabited the area. This is true, as there are people still. I mean, There's a lot less places you can go to hunt them and shit either, but there's plenty of people that still go out hunt them. The victim known for years as John Doe number one, that I already know is Gerald Lombardi. They wouldn't even caught this dude, but one of the victims, just one, had just been there for a couple of days. And they were able to get some paint chips and other stuff off of his body that wasn't like the rest because there was no decomposition going on yet and all this other crap. So they identified it fast as fuck. Once they did that, they were able to use his mom to link on to the fact that his friend Dan and the cops tried to do this sting kind of fucking thing with him. And he was asking him to do the whole, I'm gonna make it look like I take you to the tree and take the pictures and you get $200 and all this other crap. And the undercover cop that was baiting him or whatever, I think he declined or some shit if I remember right. But yeah, he's a sick fuck, man. Drilled Jerry Lombardi as previously reported, but the one that got didn't barely die, that was Richard Montgomery, I think. However, at the time, less sophisticated DNA testing and a lack of evidence prevented investigators from learning the man's identity. The case did stretch on for almost 2 years. In January 96, partial remains belonging to a second unidentified body were discovered in the woods of North Port, less than 10 miles from Port Charlotte. So about 30 miles from my house, basically. That's about right. John Doe number 2 still had enough tissue to tell that his genitals had been basically surgically removed with a sharp instrument. Gardy said. Yeah, you heard that right. Most of the victims that they could actually find tissue on showed that their genitals and all that shit had been sliced off. He struggled to identify the victim. And then a guy named Ken Smith went missing. Brandy Smith was only 3 when her father, Ken Smith, disappeared in 1996. As she came to know the story, her father left for a construction job and simply never returned, prompting her aunt and her grandmother to call local police and file a missing person. It was hard, Brandy Smith said. Later in March 96, John Doe 3 was discovered near I-75 like the others. Later stages of decomposition made it difficult to make a positive identification. On April 17, 1996, county workers came upon the scattered skeletal remains of John Doe number 4. We recognize these body parts had been sawed in half. There was still a bit of tissue left, so it had some weeks. It had been there a few weeks, but not a real long time. Authorities widened the area and found John Doe number 5 after spotting a human hand sticking out from a rolled up carpet padding. Because this body wasn't in later stage decomposition, detectives found his genitals had been sliced off. And he sustained ligature marks across his throat, chest, and legs. Ligature marks were also found in the tree branches, indicating the killer suspended his victims in one of the most horrific scenes Gandy said he'd had ever seen. So that's your first idea of what the fucking, basically how he killed them. They were found like, it's almost like Gerard John Schaefer, but Gerard was even worse because he'd tell you on the stump that's obviously not level, so you wobble back and forth the second you start getting a little bit tired, and if you fall up the stump, you hang yourself. The only reason Schaefer got caught, which was around here too, is because 2 girls escaped. He went to go check out something. I think he was on the clock. He was a county deputy. And then later on, he had killed like 54 girls, ate some of them, and all kinds of other shit. But there was never any proof of it. Look at your will on 3 branches and that's fucked up. Now, see, that's another thing they never really talked about beforehand. Before we just known, it was said to us that he would say he was going to fake tie you to the tree, but he really tied you to the tree. And once you were tied to the tree, he would basically strangle you with his hands. So, personally, as far as I know the case, I think they're already fucking it up. Just saying. I don't think much of this is even true so far. I mean, yeah, victimized. I'll explain. Look at your marks were also found on, you did that one, fucker. A tattoo on John Doe, number 4 shoulder, was disseminated in the news, and according to Brandy Smith, her aunt recognized it as Ken Smith's tattoo. So that's where he went. Ken Smith was loved by his relatives and fondly remembered for his passion for fishing and hunting, but according to investigators, he struggled with substance abuse, which gave some insight into the kind of victim the hog trail killer possibly sought. Yes, that's true. Low risk victims that people are going to care if they go missing. The identification of John Doe number 5. Fingerprints proved John Doe number 5 was Richard Montgomery. Yep. This is the one I was talking about. He was a 20-year-old man who struggled with substance abuse and was described by family members as a rambunctious and wild guy who spent time on the streets, according to agent miners. During Montgomery's post-mortem examination, experts found a blue paint chip and fibers matching fibers found with Ken Smith's body. Montgomery's mother told investigators that he planned to meet someone named Dan. I think I was telling you over this basically. On the night Montgomery disappeared and never returned, officials enlisted the help of the LE profiler Wayne Porter, hoping to glean more information about the unknown serial killer. Porter said it was apparent they had a sexual sadist on their hands, a demon, underneath a mask of a nice guy. No. That's the biggest crack of shit I ever heard in my fucking life. Anybody that can look at the own fucking conahan and see a nice person there, it's got some serious fucking issues. Also, he had the plan, he had the organization, he had a vehicle to transport. Porter told unknown serial killers of America, said he felt like he was dealing with a highly intelligent killer. Yeah, he didn't seem very dumb at all, I'll tell you that much. Sexual sadist, according to psychological criminalist Dr. Brianna Fox, often felt inadequate, which sometimes culminates in them trying to regain some type of control and dominance. In the case of John Doe's, the hog trails, they culminated in murder. The suspect comes to the radar. Law enforcement warned the public of the unknown killer, and the tips soon poured in, but one felt promising above the red list. And it came from an inmate, David Payton. David Payton is the neck guy. Yeah. I guarantee if I can find it, it's fucking weird, man. But Payton claimed when a man who went by Dan picked him up in a blue Mercury Capri and drove him into the woods before the vehicle got stuck in the mud. When Dan exited and attempted to push the car free, they're wrong on the name. What the fuck? His name's not David Payton at all. It's fucking the guy I said. I can't remember who it was. Stanley Burton. It's fucking Stanley Burton. These fucking idiots. And the dude was, in real life, he was a fucking pedophile. So you got a pedophile testifying against a fucking serial killer. When Dan exited and attempted to push the car free, Patton looked through the backseat and found a bag containing knives, rope, tarp, and gloves. Payton realized this does not look good, and while Daniel was pushing that car out, David Payton took off with his car. He was arrested for that too. In a ballsy move, Dan, soon identified as Daniel Owen Conahan Jr. of Punta Gorda, Florida. That's about 20 minutes from my house, probably less. Reported his car stolen. Yeah, because Stanley Burden. Don't even look at the name that they put there because it's not right. Trust me. But yeah, the dude survived, stole his car. He reports it stolen. Messing the balls, you have to do that. Yeah. Fort Myers police found Payton with the car and arrested him, and Payton was ultimately convicted on charges of grand theft auto, despite telling officials that he stole the car to save himself. While serving his time, he positively identified Conahan from a photo lineup, giving investigators their first viable suspect. Yeah, sometimes Florida fucking sucks ass, but then sometimes they do some extra good shit on the cops wise, but they done fucked up here. It's all about money. All right, Daniel Owen Conahan was a gay man raised in the Catholic faith with parents who did not accept his sexuality, according to Dr. Fox. He joined the U.S. Navy at the age of 23. Sometimes they will often join the military or some bullshit, right? But was honorably discharged with conditions after reportedly trying to force oral sex on another and hitting the male victim in the head with a rock when his advances were rejected. What? I didn't know that. Actually, that might be possible. He later worked as an LPN, a licensed practitioner nurse or some shit, practically, yeah, at a hospital in Charlotte County, but according to former Lieutenant Andy, he was on leave due to a back injury when he first became a suspect. We didn't have enough to arrest him for the 5 hog trail killings, so we had to watch him. The task force of about 20 to 30 in law enforcement helped track Conahan's movements. It appears he drove and hunted in areas frequented by panhandlers and transients. Possible looking for his next victim. He presented himself as a photographer to undercover detective Ray Weir of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, offering him $200 for bondage pictures. Despite a setup meeting in the woods, the investigators struggled to find something damning enough to arrest him in connection with the murders. Gandy and company stopped Conahan in his vehicle, identified themselves as detectives, inviting Conahan to a motel room where they point blank asked about the murders. In a video published on No Serial Killers America, Conahan denied any involvement. As a fact, to this day, he said he has killed no one. Not the one guy that he's charged and convicted of, and not the other 30, whatever, that's still unsolved. I've had fantasies about the bondage and stuff, but I've not engaged in that. Meanwhile, a search of Conahan's home yielded several interesting finds, including rope, cameras, semen-stained underwear that factored into his arrest. According to Gandy, the evidence was soon sent to the labs. Oh, the 94 attack of Stanley Burden. News of the Hog Trail murders reached Fort. They got the names mixed. News of the Hog Trail's murders reached Fort Myers police in May '96. Detective Tim Gerstner remembered a case from '94 in August. That was when a victim, Stanley Burden, was hospitalized after surviving a vicious rape an attempted murder by an unknown individual. Burton said the suspect called himself Dan, offered to take him to the woods and tie him to a tree for a purported photo shoot, incorporating bondage in exchange for cash. The suspect attempted to strangle Burton with a double ligature, using his foot against the tree's leverage. He told Stanley, "Why don't you die, you son of a bitch? Why don't you just give up and die?" said Gerstner. Dan got so tired after struggling with Stanley that he finally gave up and left Stanley tied to the tree and ran to his car and left. I had a feeling that would be the one that he fucking couldn't finish. Burton identified Daniel Conahan from the photo lineup, leading to Conahan's May 31st, 1996 arrest for kidnapping, sexual assault, and attempted murder. Later, lab results proved fibers found with Smith's body matched those in Conahan's car, as did the blue paint chip found with Richard Montgomery. It was like in his pubic hair and junk. It matched the car that Conahan was in. The rest of the John Does 1 through 4 were not charged because they didn't have much evidence. Does that mean that Conahan did not commit the other John Doe homicides? No, it doesn't. It just means we went with the best case. Yeah, that makes sense. Also. There was more than that, too. In the trailer, when they went to search it, I guess him and his parents did that. They found Richard Montgomery's fucking ID or license or whatever, and some mail and paperwork or something. I think he had the stuff on him right then, and there might have been more trophies all over that trailer. So Burton identified Daniel Conahan. Oh yeah, I do that. Not that. The rest of the John Doe. Yeah, I do that. August 1999, Conahan was found guilty of murdering Richard Montgomery and the charges related to the Burton's assault. A jury sentenced him to death. Today, officials believe the bodies found 8 years later in 2007 are the work of Daniel Conahan, bringing his total body count to 13. They fucked that bad. Are there more out there? Said Myers. I have no doubt. Yeah, there's got to be. Today, investigators continue to identify the remaining victims, and Daniel Conahan awaits execution on his death. Yeah, that's what happened. Kind of. I'm not amused enough to report all the fuck ups I just read. Who is trying to? Oh, what's up, Dan? I was just looking Dan up, Dan, and then Dan appeared. They basically cut out any finding of like basically most of the victims. You got these 5 in there. John was taken from Norfolk Myers. He was across the street from the place, a motel that used to be called the Little Lantern Inn or whatever. And if you walk across the street, whatever, they tell you anything, at least at my age, I was like 15. And I remember going over there, and there's a creepy dude, and I told my cousin to fuck away. And then he was never, like, when I came out of the store, he was gone. That's it. Well, I know that's not really it, but I don't want to tell people that story. You were not correct on anything. What about F? Oh. See, yeah, I would write something, and then y'all would just talk shit about it, so that's why I would never. It's so stupid. I don't think you're dead. It's just there's a lot of air in there. That's not what I said, though. But yeah, when they couldn't find my cousin, I had to put my mom and his mom to put a missing persons report as I was only about 15 years old, as I said. And then the cops came and asked to talk to me. And my parents would bring me down to the station for them and stuff. And they said, okay, because I'm a child. I have no. Yeah. So we go down to the sheriff's department. And they asked my parents if they could talk to me by myself. And we're just so nice about it that my parents said yes. And they took me to an interrogation room, and I had to sit there for a long ass of time, telling my story like 3 or 4 different times. And they would ask me like a clusterfuck of questions, and they do that to like throw you off to get you to answer one before the other one, but makes your answers get all fucked up, and then you get in trouble. It's another weird fucking um, interrogation tactic. Because they'll use something like, in this case, I'd say like the read technique or something like that. They do something like that, but in the middle of it, they'll start twisting it and add little stuff to it. Like they'll ask you a clusterfuck of questions. So what I mean is like they'll ask you 4 to 5 questions in a row without taking a break to say anything or whatnot, and then wait for you to answer. And like say you remember now that you only remember the third one and this one and that, so you try to answer that one first, but then you don't say it out loud, and it's supposed to like fuck with you and knock you off your game, and then they're gonna and it just seemed fucked up to me or whatever. So I stopped right off the bat and I was like, okay, question 1 is this, question 2 is that, and I just kept doing it like that, and it just that's what I don't get about that person that everybody talks about. If you've been interrogated, it's not that big of a deal. It really is not big of a deal. You got to pay attention or not pay attention at all. But since I was the last person to see fucking John, bye. I mean, I guess other than Conahan, that they had to bug me. And after about 8 hours, the same shit. They really didn't say anything, but they just let me go. Went home, everything got back to normal. Once in a while, we get like a call or whatever, them talking about possibilities or leads. The word John and shit is, and I know you could know better in this kind of situation. You know better, and then it's like you forget about everything, like nothing. I mean, so many years pass by. You just like once in a while it'll come up in your head and just sit there and say something about it. Oh no, I messed up. They did come back about a week and a half later, But this time, when I had to go down there for an interview, they were much nicer about it because apparently everything I had said was on the security footage of the store. So, yeah, verification of exactly what I was saying. So, I was only a suspect the first interview. I'm no longer a suspect at this point. So, yay. Um, then I proceed to not see them for fucking 10 years. No joke. Don't hear a fucking thing. We don't see anything. We don't fucking nothing. Not a fucking thing. 10 fucking years. Then all of a sudden, the news starts going off like fucking crazy as shit. And everybody in this fucking county probably saw that shit. It pops on the screen. 8 skeletons found in Fort Myers. Like, whoa, holy shit. And it's creepy because at first they thought it was some funeral home that was either on on Palm Beach Boulevard that went out of business, or another funeral home in, I think it was Alabama, that closed down, and they had nowhere to put the bodies, so they had dumped a bunch of bodies there, blah blah blah. No, 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 no. Yeah, it became very apparent that it was, even people that they're supposed to bury will usually have clothes on, this, that, and the other. So once they learned that there are no articles, no stuff, no nothing, and they're finding rope tied to the tree, if you catch my drift, and the story continues because about a week or two, they haven't said anything about it so far, but they found another fucking skeletal remain in the place in Charlotte County, which is right next to us. That they had to like carbon date the fucking bones and shit to see if it was a mid-90s victim and stuff. But I've been hearing it might be. It's just once you realize how he did all that shit, it becomes obvious that he would have had so much area to just do that. He would just go out in the woods, tie a rope to a tree, strangle you with the rope, rape you, cut off your ding-a-ling and fucking whatever. And I guess like the one guy, he sawed in half. I don't remember hearing about the guy getting sawed in half or whatever. Conahan's only convicted for one. And he's still constantly, to this fucking day, trying to get DNA testing, trying to get this, trying to get that. And because he's getting close to the tick, 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 tick. We just executed somebody fucking not even a year ago. I was kind of getting, I was so happy thinking that Koberger was going to get shot full of holes. Daniel Conahan is still over to this day and alive. He's like 72 years old. And I can't remember what prison. Maybe he's at Raycon. What the fuck we call that place? Yes, there's a difference between jail and prison. I mean, I've been to jail like for like a few hours at a time or something like that. And that's about it. Prison, I drove by them. I visited a few. Hell no, fuck that shit. In prison. Is this the St. Pete killer that left the girl? Daniel Conahan is gay. So he wouldn't kill a girl. And the St. Petersburg killer that left the girls tied. Oh no, it's not St. Petersburg that you're thinking of. It's Northport. It's Gerard John Schaefer, the cop. Out of Northport, Florida, or Newport Richey, one of the two. It was either Northport or Newport Richey. He had a park there near his house that they had a special fucking tree in it that everybody called the hanging tree, and he would go get victims. And as I said before, he would tie the rope around their necks and put them on a fucking log or a stump, and very like uneven and shit. And if they fell off, they basically died. Woman, I just told you who they do. Gerard John Schaefer. I can tell you more about that dude. He got arrested for, I think, 4 murders total and kidnapping 2 girls. Those are what he's convicted for. He was murdered in fucking prison, happily. I'm very happy about that. I don't care. But at one point, he got into a relationship with the writer a chick writer of true crime. If you've ever heard the name Sandra London, she writes books. But at first, she was with one of the serial killers. She's like a serial killer bimbo at the same time, because she goes and gets with Gerard John Schaefer after breaking up with, I forget who the other serial killer guy was that was in there. And then she left the one guy for fucking. Danny Rowling, the Gainesville Ripper, was the next one. So it went from Ted Bundy, because she used to date Ted Bundy or work with him or some shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they dated. And then she went from Ted Bundy to fucking Gerard John Schaefer, and went from Schaefer to fucking. I just had a movie. Danny Rowling, the Gainesville Ripper. Actually, the movie series Scream, all of those movies, they're based loosely on the Gainesville Ripper's fucking murders. He was a homeless dude that was just running around fucking Gainesville. He was doing some of the most fucked up shit I've ever seen people do to a body. Listen, I don't even know if I should describe this shit, but why not? One of the victims, he had decapitated her with a hunting knife. Then, okay. He took her head and he put her head on her dresser, pointed open, and pointed the head's eyes toward her bodies, and made sure that her eyes were open, just the head. So he then walked back over to the victim. He laid her in a spread eagle position in a very provocative, messed up kind of way. And she was watching herself do it, if that makes any sense, because, with the head. So imagine if you're the cops, even if it seems like they're probably dead, and you walk into that room, and that girl's just head is over here, and fucking, yeah. He liked to set up the victims to be found in a shock bag. This crazy ass motherfucker, when he got busted and they took him and gave him trial and shit, he was singing in the courtroom trying to beg for forgiveness. Because he was like some little wannabe fucking folk singer or whatever. Look at me. Hold on. I can do that split screen thing. Then going to record. There we go. Nice. 1 second. Split screen. Screen split. Pause. Okay. Go back to Shift S. Entire screen. Okay. That way. No. There we go. Okay. Now it's sharing. All right. This is Danny Rowling, the guy who was the inspiration for the Scream movies. For Christ's sake. Yeah. You just saw that. Yeah. Trust me. That's got what? No, you're not. No, you're not. Motherfucker. What the hell? I thought it ended the screen share. Oh, that's you. Yeah. Oh, that's the end, isn't it? Yeah. Fucking canker. I told you the hanging tree. Do you doubt me? Do you seriously doubt me? Gerard John Schaefer, either Newport Richie or Northport, correct? I think it's part. It's a tree that the tree's been burned. It looks like burned. It's got this weird black knot on it and shit. And that's the hanging tree. There's been a couple of times that people have tried to cut it down because they say it's got bad juju. That's about 30 or so minutes from my house. And it was burned and all kinds of other shit. And it just gets creepier and creepier. See, y'all think Indiana's fucked up, man. Hey, Tracy. I'm talking about the killers from my area. This one was a cop. And also killed like 54 girls where he's suspected in 54, if I remember right. 52 or 54. I don't chew gum. But, no, yeah. It wasn't always at the hanging tree he did it. Also, when the girls got away, they were not exactly at that tree. So it's thought that there was at a point when he did use it quite a few times, but since he also claims he like ate victims and shit. So he supposedly like told Sandra London he killed 52 or 54 girls. On top of that, oh, you know who you should look up? It really creep you the fuck out. Albert Fish. Look that guy up. Yep. You never seen it? I think they call him the man in gray or whatever, some shit. Now go to his Wikipedia and read what it says. Albert Fish was a pedophile kitty killer. Basically, he pretended to be like trying to give out jobs to kids and stuff like that. Meet their parents, and they'd see them as a nice old grandpa and stuff. And well, then they would basically hand them their fucking kids. I'm not even joking when I say that. The one family, he was supposedly about to hire their son. He was like 17, I guess. And somehow the parents let him convince him into letting him take the daughter instead, the like 8-year-old or whatever. And that was fucked up. Okay, he apparently took her to an abandoned house and walked her up doors or some shit upstairs, went back down, and then she saw when he came back, he was running at her. I guess he said he was all the way naked and stuff, and I think he like did dirty things to her and chop her into pieces, take some with him to eat at home, and cooks like some big ass roast while he's still there at that little kid. Yeah, I'm not even joking. And there's a bunch of victims like that that he killed just the same way. And what was it? Oh yeah. When they finally arrested him and caught him, and they brought him in there to be fucking X-rayed and other shit, they learned that he had this weird, I'm gonna say a kink or some shit, where he was inserting large, like nails and needles and all these fucking weird things into his abdomen and dick area. So when they first arrested him and shit, and they looked at his fucking abdomen with the scanner or whatever the hell it is, it's weird because it's like 1940 or 1950, but I still think they had X-rays back then. But they showed the picture of it. Dude had like 100, 200 fucking different weird nails, fucking needles, things all stabbed into him in different places. I'm not even joking. After he was executed, they put him in one kind of cement coffin, then took that cement coffin, put it in another cement coffin, and sealed it too. And that is the story of Albert Fish. Hey. Yeah, he eats people. We still got to do that cannibal special because we found there's like 3 cannibals that are fucking walking. Well, technically, walking in North America right now, free as a bird. And then there's at least one cannibal also that's walking around that's free, but that's just because the Japanese police just didn't care to charge him. Since France was supposed to have a sentence in France. The dude's dad fucking convinced the French government to let his son serve his time in fucking Japan. So then the French finally agreed, brought him over there, gave him to him, and then the police there just didn't do anything. They never took him into possession. But the same thing happened to fucking Pedro Lopez. And they say he's still fucking. I'll show you. She's badass. Okay, if you have not heard of a man called Pedro Lopez, okay, he is the monster of the fucking Andes. I'm going to tell you how he's claimed, which is the last time they had their mitts on him was about 700 little girls, young girls. But because of floods and everything else, they did find a bunch of his victims. And total of confirmed amount of murders was probably around 113. So, yeah, he claims about 700, which I'm going to believe him, and it never was at 700. That's fine, because, as I said, he's a free man. So he's still out there probably killing now. Because as he gets in the country of Peru, Ecuador, whatever, he got away with this basically by going through this what is that street? Bunch of cluster fucking islands or countries in like South America or between South America and North America or whatever. Not Cuba, but I'll remember later. But which one was I on? Yeah, these guys aren't even. These are nowhere near where I live at. But I can look up the. Oh, you're really going to look up Pedro Lopez? Okay, what happened was one of these countries took him into custody for multiple murders. But the country could only keep somebody in prison for any amount of charges total for 20 years, I think it was. And because of good behavior, remember, he's been confirmed at this point to have murdered at least 113 girls. They go to let him go, but they take him to the border instead, and they tell the Colombian police to meet them there so they can take this fucker and take him to prison. And yay, you know. Well, what proceeded to happen was, I guess they got there and the Colombian police never came. So they just left him alive there. And it's crazy. Like I said, they know for a fact he went back to killing. And then everything we thought everything got real quiet for a long time. And until the video popped up. And type in Pedro Lopez so everybody can get a look at the guy. So then I can show you the video. Yes, Charles can see this chat. Oh, I mean, I have it in front of me too, but I see Diana's doing something and I don't want to interrupt her, so I'm just letting her do it. All right. Everybody see this guy? You can find interviews of him and everything else. There's two bad, really nasty serial killers that are probably the most prolific serial killers of our time. And that is Luis Garavito, who is now passed on, and Pedro Lopez. Luis killed about even more little boys than fucking Pedro killed little girls. Yes, they both targeted kids. One about 700 or so, the other one about like 800 or so, but they can only confirm like 200 and something about Luis's, or like at least 160 in Garavito's case. And Pedro, like I said, the last known confirmed number that he was convicted of is 113 numbers. 113, yes. Luckily, Garavito never got back out, and he died in prison. He was trying to kill him, though, but they didn't allow him out. Because at one point, Garavito and fucking Pedro were in the same damn prison. It was fucking crazy. But, yeah, I get this video, so I'll go ahead and do this pippity dippity. 1 second. Right. YouTube. And it might be attached to somebody else's account or whatever, because I've looked around a bunch of times, but I couldn't find this video that the version that wasn't attached to somebody's account. So if you get mad, suck mine with nut, fucking horse. Okay. Oh yeah. Pedro Lopez spotted. See, Pedro Lopez back in the day used to take padlocks from the and shit, and he'd be stolen. And it would be a good way to manipulate and calm girls or wherever they're going in places with them. And by the time they noticed what was going on and they were somewhere, she would basically attack them. All right, check this out, though. I'm sure you can see this still, right? All right. I'm sorry. To me, I don't know. It looks like it. Fucking, it so much looks like him. I'm not sure though. Plus the fact that they're saying the dude. See? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I honestly do not know if that's him or not, but I think there is quite a bit of resemblance there. And they were both using employees to get little girls into situations. Why are you? Huh? Psst, Diana.
I couldn't hear you. I mean, I couldn't hear whatever you were playing on YouTube. Was it supposed to have sound?
No, I mean, you can hear it. I'm using the headset. I don't think it.
I heard you, but I didn't hear whatever you were playing.
Well, it played it through the headset or whatever, right? Shit. Basically, you saw the guy in the video, right? He was giving pencils away to little girls using ploy just like fucking Pedro Lopez did with the padlocks and shit. I don't know. It looks like him to fucking me. And like I said, the dude's using fucking bullets. That might be that dude that killed like 300 fucking kids right there. Diana,
Yes.
why are you a why are you a scary demon?
I don't know because we're twins.
Okay, cool. I'm just like, well, you're right. Sometimes you
I'm
feel
not
like a
sure
man,
how I
sometimes you
got
feel like
this
a
way, but I
I think
didn't try
I
to
was
change it.
somehow I didn't think I did anything to yours though. No, I changed mine. And I was trying
Let
to
me
get
see
this
if this
side
works.
straight. No, I think I know what happened by accident when I was yeah.
I
When I
fixed
was
it.
trying
Yay!
because I was trying to give myself an avatar, and I kept getting it lopsided, so I was getting annoyed. And then
But it was fun
it
being
showed this weird
twinsies.
that no that's
We'll be like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
only if you're Arnold.
I can't be Arnold. You're the tall one.
But yeah, there's all kinds of fucking serial killers. There's a lot of them in Japan that only go after how do I put this? The mentally disabled people. You see, in Japan, they like to hide their disabled, like Down syndrome and all the weird, like your arms are too short or one arm's long, the other one's not. Yeah, anybody that's like weird like that, kind of weird looking, slow, all that stuff. They take you, they lock you up in these group homes that you have to stay in for the rest of your life, basically. And they hide you. So that when the tourists and shit come to Japan, they don't see these people. And it's gotten to the extent now that one of the most popular TV shows that runs in Japan, I can't say what it's called because I feel horrible, but it's actually what it's called in Japanese. So, does that mean I can say it? That should be allowed, right? If that's what the actual name of it is in Japanese, yeah. It's called
Yeah, say it.
retarded wrestling. It's retarded wrestling, and the superstars on retarded wrestling are these, a bunch of characters of those people that they've been keeping hidden in these fucking homes and shit. And they get like professional wrestling with these poor disabled people or whatever on TV. It's one of the most popular fucking sporting events in Japan. Seriously. And sometimes it's been known because you're not supposed to know the results of retarded wrestling and stuff. So there's a lot of betting on it because the Yakuza and shit like that love to do kind of dirty ass business like this and bookies and all that other crap. And well, yeah, if you get caught fucking up, they're gonna. And there was this one guy who made a lot of money betting on retarded wrestling. And I guess he lost a lot of money one night. Not all, mind you, because he apparently had like $2 million still at his house. But $2 million wasn't fucking enough. But he was pissed because he lost a bunch of money. I think it was another $2 million on his characters in retarded wrestling. So that same night, he proceeded to go to the home where the superstars of that wrestling thing or whatever live, and she attacked. I think it was like and killed 12 to 16 disabled people, and attacked even more. And yeah, he got arrested. And he had like a couple $1 million in his house. No joke. Or maybe he owed the money and had to pay back for the debt with that money. That's a little bit more believable. Because how do you get mad about being broke and having $2 million? It's kind of stupid. And you're so quiet, Brad.
Oh, because I'm still working on shit right now.
What are you working? Never mind, not my business. I mean, not their business. How about that?
Huh?
Hey, I was talking about serial killers, Bubba Young, not double homicides. Okay, Ed Gein only had two. I mean, he got his brother, but that was an accident. So he only had two. He's not a serial killer. And then the FBI changed a couple of weapons, and that's two more like a break. Yeah, fuck off. Plus, they were killed around the same time as each other, the mother and her friend. So once again, that wouldn't fulfill the whole taking the break in the middle either. So that's it's genius, not a serial killer. He's Buffalo Bill, though. Well, there's Manhunter, there's Silence of the Lambs, there's Hannibal, and then there's Hannibal Rising. Is that all of them? Oh, and Red Dragon. Yeah, Hannibal Rising is the one where they show Hannibal Lecter growing up with a kid. Like they raped his little sister, and then they ate his little sister, which is supposed to explain why fucking like soldiers basically found these two kids in wartime, and they raped the sister. Then they ate the sister, and I think they made him eat his sister, which got him addicted to eating flesh. Which, if you remember, he's called Hannibal the Cannibal, but he's a psychiatrist. He is the perfect person to talk about when it comes to a killer that's fucking a psychiatrist. Right there. Him, right there.
Oh, let me start a note.
No, I mean, he's not real. That's the problem. He's a fucking character.
Well, then I won't start that note.
Well, I mean, it's not like we can't talk about Hannibal Lecter, but it's just he's not real.
Did anybody see the show Hannibal
Yes.
with the blonde guy? I forget what he is. He's hot.
Miles Madsen.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Or Mill something or other. It's like a really fucking. He's a foreigner. I know that much. But so is Anthony Hopkins. But yeah, I mean, you know what I should? Oh man, they should have fixed that one show. It probably would have been great. They had this show called Prisoners or something like that. But basically, the whole gist of the show was there was a cult of serial killers trying to get Kevin Bacon. I know it sounds hilarious, don't it? And then I don't know, it was good for a while because it had that guy. If you watch Knight's Tale, the one that plays the Black Prince or whatever guy, Clive Owen or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Clive Owen's been a puck ton of shit. He's another foreigner or whatever. But he's playing a serial killer while Kevin Bacon's playing the guy who caught him. Kevin Bacon's also fucking his wife. Well, they're not married anymore because he's with her now. And you just get the trailer for that shit. Yeah. It's a crazy ass show, man. So every time they go somewhere, you start to look around and figure out what Charles just did a show on that last week. Which one? Yeah, the Zizians. The Zizians. Their trials start October in California with the Maximilian kid or whatever that fucking killed the old man dude when he wasn't paying attention and shit. What was I looking for? I can't click that trials. What's the name of that? Damn it, y'all fucking distracted me. Shit. Back up the page. Yeah, I did a show on the Zizians, but I don't know if it's actually. We don't often like hang on the episodes. Depending on, I don't know, it depends. But I do, yeah, I definitely did He killed the landlord that had already survived being attacked by 4 members of the cult. He killed one of the 4 members that attacked him, but he got left with his eye fucked up and a katana blade through his chest, like he was impaled on this motherfucker. Just because he asked for some fucking brain. Mm-hmm. And then, well, what was next after that? Was it the parent? Who killed first, the parents or the landlord? I'm pretty sure it was the landlord. And then, the parents got killed first. They were shot to death. The parents of the girlfriend of the Ziz, which was the leader of the group, I guess, his girlfriend's parents were murdered. He had supposedly died a year before that in a boating accident, but didn't. And the cops found him alive after his parents were found murdered. And a gun was purchased by one of the members months earlier that was very similar sounding, but they, wouldn't pull out the gun or wouldn't show it to him. Or, they didn't know where it was basically. And I'm not sure if no. At least 2 of them have been arrested for murder, like the daughter and Ziz, for the murders of the parents because, well, they had the gun, and when they finally got the gun matched the ballistics. But we're not there yet. Then after that, the parents are dead. The cops find out that Ziz is still alive. He's taken into custody and blah, blah, blah. He ends up getting back out, but then you have the 4th setup, and that is in Vermont. You have 2 members of the Zizians driving around wearing anonymous masks, looking like fucking freaks. And not only did I do an episode on this show, I'm going to show you as soon as I'm done telling this little part of the story what they look like again. And I hope you thought you were hungry and you had a big appetite, because it's going to go away now. Just, you're going to have to trust me. These are some ugly motherfuckers. You might not believe me. It's bad, dog. It's bad. It's dreadful. All right, what was I saying? They got pulled over by a Vermont Border Patrol agent and proceeded to open fire on him. And he fired back, killing one of the 2 of them. But he also took wounds and died himself. So, this is the fun that begins, I think, October 23rd or some shit. The first member, and this is going to cross 4 states, and then federally. Because California's got the trial for that Maximilian guy for the landlord. He's got to go up there and he's like, I'm not a Zizian. Yeah, but you ugly, so shut the fuck up, bro. He'll have to, and there's fucking tons of witnesses that saw him slit the old dude's throat, so he's fucked basically already. Then it goes from California, I forget what the other fucking, no, it was California, Pennsylvania. I can't remember what the other was, but the parents were killed in Pennsylvania. The border agent was killed in fucking Vermont. And when the old man guy originally got with the sword and shit like that, the old man was able to pull out his gun and he put a couple of holes in one of them and killed him. And you remember, the felony murder charge actually also works for if you commit a crime and your partner gets murdered by the cops, you go down for that murder, even though you didn't do it. I mean, I'm kind of weird about that one. So it's like, what if the cop just decided to shoot you, so you just have to go to prison no matter what? It's pretty fucked up, but whatever. I thought I had a nice job. I'm trying to think of what else was there. Yeah, so they got 2 felony murder convictions or charges for their own comrades, 2 or 3 of them at least. I know they're up to technically they're up to either five murders and a cluster of suicides also connected to them too. Seriously, this is new information too. That was in the episode that I did. Yeah, they're being charged for like six murders, I think, five or six. And then they found these two, well, there were four women total. Two of them had mental breakdowns because of the stuff that Ziz was telling them. And the other two lived in different countries. But basically, when he talked to them or whatever about this stuff, they got so distraught and irate that both of them killed themselves. So now it's not just I think I'm pretty sure it's six murders. But it's also fucking, they're trying to get together this whole cluster fucking suicides. It's pretty fucked up. And then they just got also, they caught the lead, they caught everybody, they're all behind bars now, so nobody else even worry about it. But, what was it? Shit. I can't remember. I'm just thinking about something. Anybody else got a case? I'm trying not to mumble. Try sticking my foot at your ass. Hey, you motherfuckers. At least I'm here fucking doing something. You wanna get up here and do it? Come on. You wanna try? You're more than welcome. Hold on, let me get you a link. Okay, because we can see how. Nah, we're not talking about bubble yum or whatever, because she'll come up here and just talk shit to me and stuff. I already got Diane up here for that, okay? God.
Come on, Carol.
But it's funny because I got this really adorable nickname lately. It's like I was gonna change my name and all kinds of other stuff to it. It was gonna be awesome. And then I blamed Diana for all the problems.
The hell I mean? Oh, that's a good topic. Hello.
Okay, what about my sisters? To talk, you have to come up here to talk. Which one? I got a sister-in-law. I got an adopted sister. I got two real sisters. So I got four sisters altogether.
Bubble yum in addition.
Stupid headset.
Do you?
Okay, it's still working. I like hear TV or something. Are you unmuted, Diana?
No, I have the fan on though.
No. I'm really surprised because when I'm really small, I'm fucking adorable, by the way. Like golden curly hair and all this annoying shit, blue eyes, fucking the blonde hair, and it's disgusting. You know how hard it would have been to find women's clothes? You do realize, like, I think by the age of like 6 or 7, I already had reached their height and stuff, right? My one sister now, I think she's like 5'10", 5'11". The middle sister is about 5'8", 5'9", and then the adopted younger sister is 5'8", 5'9", something like that. So not short, I guess, but they're nowhere near the 6.5 feet or 6'4" that I am. But Mama always told me I couldn't beat them senseless, sadly. I think this world would have been a far better place if I had beaten them senseless. Personally, it's my opinion. When I'm
I need some creamer. I need
lonely,
some creamer, Carol,
you
please.
live with my mom
Liquid
and younger brothers.
coffee mate, liquid French vanilla, sugar. Okay,
My
not
age
sugar
enough,
free.
my mom had me as kid. Um, my mom was born in 1957, and I was born in 1981. So that'd be like, oh yeah, she was like 27 or some shit. And my oldest sister is like 4 years older than me. So yeah, she basically had kids at 23. So not too bad. Well, I mean, health wise, statistically speaking, we were perfect. We was good to go. We were strong, low German bastards. So that was fine. But see, we apparently, I don't know if it has anything to do with these things. I only wondered to myself, my my mom's mother was a full Native American. She was half Seminole and half Cherokee, and always was from Florida, basically. And crazier than a fucking loon. I shit you not. She like when she finally passed or whatever, she had like dementia and Alzheimer's and you name it, she fucking had it. You know, she was fucking crazy. If you weren't looking, she'd walk up and smash a glass over your head or smash you in the head with a fucking large, heavy ass object and shit. She's so crazy. And this is not a joke. It's probably even still in the records, and you can look it up. She called 911 to have me arrested when I was 11 years old. You want to know what she said I did? She told the sheriff's department, she said, you need to come arrest him because I hit him with that thing. I know at this point you're probably wondering if I'm actually serious about, disrespect. The sheriff deputy did pull up. He got out and he's like, man, what seems to be the problem? We heard that you called for it, but it just seemed a little odd. Like, I know what the hell I just said, sir. I said literally, you need to take him to jail because I hit him in the head. Um, he then proceeded to take her into custody, and she went to the Looney Tunes place, for a little bit, No, she fucking. I don't know if it was the Native American shit. I really don't fucking know. Because my Aunt Shirley is also 100% Native, and she's nice as fuck. She's two-faced, but she's nice as fuck to your face. Um, it's just like you can tell when looking at them. It's like really fucking dark skin. So no, I mean, I'm damn near half a fucking Indian. Okay, so I don't even think I'm technically white, and I don't get sunburned, motherfuckers. How about y'all? My skin just gets really fucking dark, but it doesn't go and burn at all. And my eyes change color, but I'm not really sure why they do that. So, but my sister April, the biggest bitch of the West, she was 4 years older than me. She had dissociative. Well, that's not what they called it back then. They called it multiple personalities, and she was also bipolar. Yeah, yeah. And then was it schizophrenia? It might have been schizophrenia because her son had schizophrenia. Remember when my nephew got loose and we all had to go find him and shit, and we were gonna put out the posters and shit on the internet. Some of y'all had to be there, I think. Right? For Brandon, I kept calling him a little Mexican fucking Latino fucking Mario because that's what he fucking looks like. And I had to go find him like 5 or 6 times, and we thought he had killed himself by jumping off the bridge because we couldn't find him. Guy jumped off the bridge to do that, and nobody had seen him. Till all of a sudden I pull him one day and he's taking my trash out. I slapped the piss out of that motherfucker because I had Dawn and everybody on here, the Arctic Fox and all kinds of badass people were gonna help me making the flyers and all kinds of other shit and post it all over the internet and stuff to find his ass. And you can ask me, that's all I have. And right when it was about to occur, fucking he just walks up like nothing. I remember one time we hadn't seen him for almost a year, and finally he gets a hold of us from Maryland prison. That somehow this man that had no ID and no lessons and none of that stuff was able to magically get all that stuff on his own with severe schizophrenia, the worst I've ever seen of schizophrenia. Like the auditory and the visual fucking hallucinations, the whole fucking 9 yards. He's fucked. I tried to do lives a bunch at the time, but I wasn't able to because he would go out and walk around my yard making these weird, loud ass, crazy screams and talking to himself. But they wouldn't give him any fucking medicine. So imagine sitting there for like 6 months once you just got out of prison, got back to Fort Myers, and they won't give you the fucking medicine. So he's sitting around here just getting fucking crazier and crazier and crazier. He's talking to the roosters that everybody here knows who at my house, right? He sits there talking to the fucking roosters. Every once in a while he tries to kill himself. Nobody knows where the fuck he is right now. Seriously. I think we're just like he's like 30 something years old. We can't just, I had to go to the homeless camps left and right to fucking try to find my nephew. And it's still crazy.
Cali girl, look at this one. Tell me, why does this one have a penis?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do any of that stuff for him because I was going to try to get him his medicines or whatever. I'm like, just give him the fucking things. I'll pay for it. And they still wouldn't. And this was like the local government mental place or whatever, and they would just not help him. The most they would do is they would take him into basically Baker Act him, and that is take him into custody or whatever, put him inside the loony bin, and still not get any drugs to help with his mental issue. He would just be held there for 3 days and released. That's basically how it goes for everybody. What? When is this 100 pp? What? Y'all need Jesus.
We're looking at female urinals. Okay, look at this one. This looks just like the male one that you see in the hospitals.
Hey, that's a pocket pisser. I don't see the point in those. Just get out of the car, you lazy fuck. Seriously.
Because you could get arrested if a cop catches you pissing in public.
Yes, there's a large variety of little things that you can piss in just to not have to stop driving or whatever the hell it is you're doing. Hell no, I don't get my sister's presents. I don't get presents, I don't get presents. They're fucking, well, one's a stuck-up cunt because she's a nurse. And most nurses are usually kind of stuck up cunts.
Oh,
Let's just be
whoa,
honest.
Nicole better not be
My
hearing that.
youngest sister is just a little piece of shit bastard fucking thing. Yep. My oldest sister is the fucking worst person in the face on earth, and is probably still the closest person I would probably actually, you know what I'm saying? If I actually did someone, you know what I mean? That would be that. That would be that person. Yeah. As soon as I can figure out how to somehow do some physical violence or work, that bitch is done. And then there's my sister-in-law. She's probably the only good one out of the whole bunch. I love fucking Dana. She's awesome. She's like an old partner in crime, but she's got a worse mouth than me. Is far more ghetto-y than me, and I'm more like the damn Rottweiler that she's dragging along with her or whatever in case there's like bad people that try to attack her like in groups or whatever. And I'm sitting there dating your sister, and she's like, Charles, what's up, dog? She's like, that bitch fucking hit me on the fucking bus, dog. All right, so what you want to do? Dude, let's go. All right, okay. I think at the time I was like 19, 20 years old, so I was dumb as shit. See, my family was pretty fucked up. And after that, it's just like anybody's family that was willing to accept me, I was more than happy to just fucking be adopted, basically. Not real adopted, but you know, like. And when I got with fucking Joan, you know, Dana, Joan was an asshole, like emo, crazy bitch. Dana was cool as shit. I'm trying to read it. Oh man, I don't even have to do that, man. I mean, shit, I write my name in. But no, I mean, you gotta understand. I used to have to go around. I had a badass fucking temper when I was like almost 20 and shit. And right after I, probably like till 22, maybe, yeah, maybe 25, somewhere in that area. And I got into a lot of fucking fights. A lot of fucking fights. Holy shit. Well, actually, I've been into fights well before 18, but yeah, that was in school, so we didn't count that. Easiest way to piss off a bunch of teachers. Be the worst fucking kid in school and then still get the best grades in the whole fucking class. You have not lived until you correct one of your teachers when they fuck something up. Why I gotta stay up here all night talking to myself? Y'all motherfuckers lazy, dog.
Why can't you just stream out? It doesn't matter. You don't have to have an app or nothing. You just click the link.
I'm gonna end this shit soon if I'm still there. Fuck, the sun's already up. Look, we had this. Oh, no, it's the StreamYard.
Theme.
What did you got to function with StreamYard? You used it before. Nobody else forget that? I didn't even forget that. Because she came up there and she was talking shit. I remember seeing her and Diane on the screen. Fucking
Made a
talking
great
shit to
impression.
me. Was that just typing though? No, no, I remember her voice. She talked. So she was up there on the thing, yeah. She might have been Sony or something, but she was definitely up there.
No, you don't. Oh, that kind of stream yard. Oh, it would be better if you told your jokes on stage.
Stream hard
Come on,
news. What
come
I
on, tell
do?
your jokes on stage.
No, I get it. Yeah, that's just I really haven't been reading so much. So
No, you have to go to bed.
yeah, that's what I was saying. It just ended.
That's what they all say. Today's my boo boo's birthday.
Hey,
My
Blondie, you
boyfriend's
look
birthday,
better as a demon.
right?
Well, you have a
That's
great
the real
night,
mirror. Yeah.
and yeah,
Your hubby will be up for
even
work,
though
and
the
then
sun's up.
well, who cares? You're already married to him. He can't do nothing about it now. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Happy boyfriend birthday.
I just said it's my boyfriend's birthday.
Uh, probably. I mean, I'd like to believe he already just thinks you're nuts.
You got married twice. I fucking believe that. I believe that.
Well, that sounds a bit indecisive. Yeah, I only married one chick, and if I have to marry her again, I think I'd just rather. Not even myself, I'd shoot her. What was the point? You know who you sound like when you say something like that? You sound like Jinx, and you sound. I don't even that in a bad way either.
Married,
I
divorced. You
just
married
remember
for
a
real?
lot of times they would have arguments and go back together and stuff. That's all. Jinx or whatever. And the other person that was like that was who was that? Gambies. Gambies and
That's
her old
fucking
man just fucking get
awesome.
together and break up. Get together and break up. Get together and break up. I don't trust any women that ask me to fucking go to Indiana and then under the premise of they want to take me to a fucking strip club. That's fucking weird. They're creepy. I don't need to go anywhere near them.
I always wanted to meet somebody that got married twice.
Fucking gambies. It's just, yeah, if you know like I did, it's some serious shit right there.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So you guys know each other really well, so it won't matter if he sees you up at 5 a.m. talking to random strangers.
Maybe he's trying to get a hold of you. Maybe you or something. Or he's trying to ask fucking fish about um, the what's that
Oh,
group?
fuck yeah,
The
they
knot.
are. There's also a lot of fucked up women out there.
It's you I brought to. But
Which
if I
I
have a
always
good night, oh yeah.
thought it was men who were the problem until I noticed
I
that
just
all
blocked
my
both
male
of them.
patients.
that
I won't talk since I don't want to crash Charles's
sounds
stream.
up there are a lot of fucked up guys out there. No, really? Civil ceremony? It's like, hey, we don't want. It's like we fell out the top of the family tree and hit every fucking branch along the way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I already considered the whole because I already knew I was gonna get rid of the bitch because she's just fucking crazy. But it's like they'll still try. The crazy ones are always the ones that are like, "Can we get try again later?" And you know, to not tell them no because if you do, you're probably gonna get stabbed in your sleep or some shit like that. You just whatever you want to hear, as long as I can do this place safe. I was only like probably 4 years old. Shit. Objects in computer may look older than actually appear. No. Well, they got married in '96. I'm gonna guess it probably went about 7 years or so. So that'd been like '93 and '94 ish. Then they get divorced. I'd say about like 5 or 6 years. So that's about 2009. They get married again. They're just fuck it. You're about as best as I can do. And then they sit there for the next like 16 years or so. Bada bing, bada bang. Add like 8 more years to that, and they were straight. Actually, it stretch out that little gap in the middle from like 5 or 6 years to probably like 9 or 10, and it starts to make a little bit more sense, I guess. Oh yes, if you ever take any of my advice, take this. Do not talk to the police. That's all you should know. She doesn't have a choice. Those who don't keep coming around, I go kidnap and lock in the basement. Duh. Why do you think Diana's always online? She's in the basement. I had to put her in timeout so she could think about what she did. Like, so does it? Well, I don't even know why I'm asking. These fucking. Does it sound better when I'm using the headset or when I'm yelling at the fucking computer? Like you were asking. I'm not gonna ask. I told you, I'll come kidnap your ass. You will go right into the basement with the other one. Watch you in the blonde too. I always kidnap the blondes and hide them in the basement. Did that Jen's person get into? Why was she trying to get a hold of me? Oh, of course not. She hates me just so much. I'm not sure why. Okay, I kind of know why. Well, it was either that or attack her, and I didn't feel like attacking her. So I thought if I said, hey, and tell her about the thing, it would stop the problem. Problem just got worse. It is what it is. But I did try to help her with one of her friends that was supposed to be important or whatever. But hey, just let the dude just. See, I know some shit, and like I suppose like one of real good friends or whatever from beforehand and all this other shit. Uh, yeah. One, two, three, one, two. Materials. Pretty much. I don't know. Somebody's watching. Eventually they'll get the hint. You got kicked from Diana's chat. Um, about Jinx or whatever? Why did you get kicked from Diana's chat? Yeah, I asked her to get in touch with Jinx or whatever. No, I'm just no. There's just a lot of people that are still around this damn communities, not far away at least. That never did me no wrong, but I know that there's bad shit happening to them, and I literally was. Yeah, I can't even say too much because people were watching, and not the people that I want to be watching. I mean, they're probably watching too, but they're probably not going to pass that information along or that I was saying that. But there's other people watching, and they don't want me to. Yeah. And like I said, dude never did me any wrong, so I was trying to set things straight somehow. Yeah, shit. I'd want to know. Her stream is. What, she said a stream? Or Diana's? Yeah, it kind of is. Somehow I have very bad luck to be tossed into situations I really should not be involved in. Whether it be my own fault or somebody else's. It's like, why do people feel the need to tell me their fucking secrets? I don't want to know this shit. And then you tell me it. And it's my role in my brain that literally is telling me that you're going to fuck me over. And now I'm going to have to nuke you with your own fucking secrets. Biggest piece of advice I will ever tell anybody is don't tell the guy with the creepy memory your secrets. And if you're dumb enough to do so, don't attack him. God. It makes just no sense to me whatsoever. Whatsoever. I mean, I really wouldn't call it complicated. It's actually pretty simplistic. Um, Everybody's mad at me. Um, the very few actually I give a shit about making them not mad at me are just doing like the Carol running away from Delphi evidence kind of thing. You know, covers up their ears and then they run away really fast. It's the most adult, mature thing I've ever seen in my life. No, these, I don't know why, man. These fuckers would just tell me shit. It's like, okay, I can understand the first part, and maybe even the second part. You can hope for the third part. I didn't need to hear the fourth part. I really didn't want to hear the fifth part. And that's fucked up. The sixth part. And I think there's probably more attached to that. And just, man, you know, just wake up. But yeah, I feel like getting along with people. I get along with people. I don't like their faces, so I don't feel like getting along with them people. I don't think Carol likes me either. It's okay. No, I don't think it's Carol that you need to worry about. It's the other one, that fucking redhead crazy one, who just think I don't want to say thankfully not here because she might appear and just murder me and then escape. It's the one from that first night too. And she thought you were gone, and then she said something. I was like, "Hey, dummy, you're still there." And I was trying to tell you at the time. I think I was like, I apologize. She's fucking nuts. You care about this. We're working on it. And then I think she just ran away the next time you were on. I think like Carol, but the other one. And then and just now, and recently, she did the running away thing again too. So it's like, what the hell, man? Um, well, why would I tell you that? It sounds like it's me trying to start drama. She really doesn't actually not. She doesn't not like you or whatever. It's just um, she has a really good excuse by what you being a pain in the ass, I guess, for her. I think she's like, yeah, she's about to have her. She's supposed to get go into labor in like 6 days or some shit like that. So that's what my main thought is. Like, she's just being a pain in the ass. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't take it too offensive. Wise. She's just, yeah, kind of mental in her own way because she doesn't sleep enough and junk. But yeah, I wouldn't take it personally. If I don't run into at least 4 to 5 people per day fucking hate my guts, and I'm not being very productive. You don't. Trial junkie? What do you mean you don't remember trial junkie? She might not have been there that initial night. Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, I think you've been around like 3 times. If I remember correctly. It was the one night. Like I said, I could have swore. I thought I even remember what you looked like, or am I losing my mind? Yeah, you did more than fucking. Yeah, you were in the camera too, weren't you? I think I was on the camera too. Ew. But no, no, it's just like hormones flying. I wouldn't worry too much about anything like that. So it's not going you were doing anything or whatever. So it's just bitches are crazy. You know how it goes, though. Bitches be crazy. No, if I'm saying it out loud like this and all this other stuff, it's basically that it's fine. So I wouldn't worry about it. But no, I don't know what the issue is. Everybody was chilling at the time or whatever. Um, no, my muted. Can you not hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. What the hell? Okay, I think it's unmuted now. What the fuck was that? It just ran. Can y'all hear me again or what? Hello. No, it actually said muted on my screen too. And the mute shouldn't have been turned on, so I was trying to figure out why I wasn't being heard. Yeah, it works now because I had to turn my switch on, and then you bypass the sensor or whatever, and then yeah, everybody's your job, everybody's your job. But does it sound better than the computer when I just yell at the computer? But mine said it too. I just hit refresh. Oh, thank God. I'm bored. Bored sun outside. 8:30. Fuck. Oh, that. I make people mad all the time by telling them Richard Allen's guilty. I just told them all lies. I tried to explain how he was at least guilty of the federal fucking whatever the charge was. Um, mm, mm, mm. You too. Be safe. I still gotta go on the fucking queue. Fucking put in for 60 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, y'all have a good day. We'll go ahead and listen. Appreciate it.